Gina here, and today I'm talking to you about tools. Let's talk tools. So I have a number of different great tools on my website that I love, but I don't recommend them for everyone. There are specific tools that are better for different people, depending on what kind of conditions you have going on in your skin and depending on your age. So today, what I want to talk about with you guys is which tools do I pull for which people and in which situations. So first of all, let's start off by saying that every tool that I sell, I have tested and I use them. And many times I test them for a year before I will bring them to you guys and sell them. Because if I'm gonna put my endorsement on something, if I'm gonna sell it on my website, I have to know that it performs results. So I've done that with everything. The Curve, I mean, I was super skeptical of our Curve. That's our device for tightening the skin, and I was super skeptical about that. I took a full year of testing that and playing with it in different ways and on different people and really making sure that we saw those good results and that we didn't see negative results. So I'm super happy with my full collection at this time, but I want to help you to choose the right tool, because sometimes right now that Time Master Pro in particular is getting so much publicity and everybody wants one, and it is a great tool. But if you are in your 30s, 20s or 30s and you purchase the Time Master Pro, you are not going to see the same kind of results that somebody who's 45 and over will see with that tool, simply because when you're in your 20s and 30s, our biggest concern for you is not loss of collagen. Our big concern for you generally is getting hydration into your skin. You see, as you approach menopause, that's when your body drastically starts to lose that collagen. With that estrogen loss, we see tremendous collagen loss. So the TMP goes after that collagen loss. If you're not experiencing collagen loss yet, you're not going to see much of a difference with the TMP. So let's start first off with those first devices that I recommend for anyone just getting started. This is good for 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and above. But if you're in your 20s and 30s, these are the tools that should be your first in your arsenal, the first things that you go after. So first of all, what I'm going to grab here is the My Skin Buddy. The My Skin Buddy is a fantastic device that's used for cleansing the skin and for infusing your serums. This is a great hydrator. This pushes water-based products into your skin, so it's going to really increase that moisture in your skin, and it's going to increase the plumpness that comes with moisture in the skin. So if you're in your 20s or 30s, or I don't know anyone in their 20s who thinks they're losing firmness yet, but it can happen. If you're in your 30s and you feel like your skin is sagging at all, the first thing you need to do is go after water. So the My Skin Buddy is going to do that. It's going to push that water back into your skin. The My Skin Buddy is used for cleansing, and then it also has modes for pushing your serums and your water-based things into the skin. It also has LED. And so the LED is very nice for anti-inflammatory and giving you that LED support. The blue is for balancing oil production, killing some bacteria. We have green for hyperpigmentation. And then again, there's that red, which is our anti-aging and healing anti-inflammatory for everybody. So this is a fantastic starter tool, and it's priced good. It's got the TMP is $700. Why spend $700 if you're in your 30s and you don't need that yet? This is the tool to go after. I guarantee you, I even have clients in their 40s who pick up this tool because they start to see some sagging in their neck area. They start using this tool on the neck area, and they're like, wow, my neck's back again. Because a lot of times the first thing that you're seeing and the first thing we want to address in the skin is that water loss. So let's use this to enhance our serums, push those serums into the skin so we get the most benefit, and push that water into the skin. That's the My Skin Buddy. We lovingly call it the MSB. Now, the MSB also, that same company makes a fabulous tool, which is a bag. This is a sanitizing bag, a UV sanitizer. You can keep your My Skin Buddy in it. You can keep your electric toothbrush in it. You can keep any toothbrush in it. Any of your tools you can put in it, and this bag will sanitize that, any of those things that you put into it. So that's a fabulous little extra that My Skin Buddy also sells, and you will see it on my website. Now, another reason I'm talking about tools with you guys today is because it's the Labor Day weekend and we're having a special event all weekend. You can get double reward points for any of these tools that I'm showing you today. So the next tool that I want to show you that's great for everyone, every age. It's the LightStim. This is an LED device. It's a very focused LED. It can be used even over moisturizers and things. You know, it's not a battery operated light device. This is a professional strength device that must be plugged in, and it's very powerful. You can get it in the red, which is for your anti-aging and wrinkles. You can get it in blue for that balancing the oil and for acne. Now, LightStim devices, any kind of LED device, any LED that you use has to be used a minimum of 5 days a week. So I do mine at night, so I say it 5 nights a week. And it's gonna take you 6 weeks to start even seeing the improvements. So this is not your quick fix tool. Like we like to play with our TMP, even the My Skin Buddy. You're gonna see results with that really quickly. You will not see the results as quickly with the LightStim, but they are gonna be longer acting, and the healing and everything is gonna come from deeper within. So it's a more true, deep healing of the DNA in the skin. Helps with lines, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, just everything. Gets that blood circulation going. It just helps your cells to be at their optimal best. So that's the LightStim. Now, let's get into talking a little bit more about firming the skin, because many of you come on to Art of Skincare and you want something that's going to firm the skin. Everyone wants to have something that's going to boost the collagen levels of the skin. So let's talk about 2 different tools that I have that people get confused about what they do. We have the Time Master Pro and we have the Curve. Now, the Time Master Pro is all about stimulating the collagen layer to plump the skin. So think about a balloon. When a balloon is filled up, it's plumper and more lifted. That's what happens when you want to induce that collagen production, get more collagen action happening. That's what this little device does. The TMP is going to go in and do your plumping. So this is my favorite device for on my lips, around my mouth. Fantastic. It's also great for lifting in the cheek area. It's not actually lifting, but for plumping. Anywhere that you have collagen loss on the cheekbone area, and you can use it throughout the whole face for lifting and plumping. Now, when I say lifting, it's not tightening. So when you have that balloon and you plump it up and you fill it up with air, it's all lifted. So it will lift that way. But you still can have that issue where the skin is just kind of hanging, or it's loose, or the structure of it is just starting to go, right? Some of us can relate to that, where that's happening on our faces. That's when you want to go to the Curve. So the TMP is your plumper, the Curve is your tightener. This goes through and actually tightens the surface skin. So microcurrent goes underneath, and that does the lifting of the structures under the skin. That's going to strengthen your muscles like a workout, right? The Curve is going to give you that tightening of the actual skin tissue, not the muscle, but the skin tissue. So they work hand in hand. This device is fantastic for lifting through the neck area, lifting through this area right here, you know, those labial folds, getting up and lifting in that way. Now, this can also be used for fat burning if you use the fat burning mode. Generally in the face, you don't need to use a fat burning mode at all, so you would just use a skin tightening mode. But some people get a little bit of a fatty area right underneath their chin right here, and you can use it for a few minutes in that area to open up those fat cells and let that drain out from underneath this area. Now, neither this device or the TMP are going to cause permanent fat loss or the destruction of your fat cells. So I know there's a lot of concern out there about that for people just afraid of losing that nice fatty layer in the face. Neither of these will do that. I can tell you I have lots of fat in my skin. I carry a little extra body weight, and it is not, neither of these devices are melting away that fat in that way at all. Now, the Curve can also be used for the body. When you're using the Curve on the body, you can use it on fat burning mode, and you can use it on tightening mode. And you can see the protocols for doing that on my website on the Curve page. It will show you how to do some fat burning and tightening together and at how much time on each for your actual body. This device is amazing. The day you use it on the body or even on the face, you won't notice as much tightening. Generally, it's the next day when you wake up and you look at your legs, you feel your skin, you feel just feeling being inside your body, you're gonna feel that your body or your face is tighter. It is a big difference 24 hours after your treatment. So other than that, what about tools that don't, well, one more tool that requires some kind of electricity or battery, right? This is another hydrating tool. So again, this is the tool that's good for you from your 20s all the way up to your 80s. This is the Lemieux O2 Oxygen Infuser. Now you can put their activator in here and their O2 serum, their glowing serum, glow serum in there, and you can spray this on the face. It's using oxygen to spray a really fine mist onto the skin, or you can put any water-based serum or any kind of a hydrating mist or spritz into this unit, and then you can turn it on. I don't think if you guys can hear it running now. And then you just pull back on this little lever right there. Ooh, there we go. I don't know if you can see it, but it's spraying out this really wonderful little nice light mist over my face. Fantastic for plumping the skin, especially midday, especially if you live in a really dry climate. I keep this unit on my desk at work, and I'm spraying my face throughout the day to keep that really plump, moist, juice, glowy look. I absolutely love it. Does the proton? Oh, somebody else is going to answer your questions on the other end because I can't read fast enough and talk to you guys. So I know that Celine's on the other end. If you have questions and comments, please leave them to her and she will get those answered for you. Okay, let's move on to some tools and things that don't use batteries, don't use electricity, just use your wonderful hands. So this is one of our favorite devices. This is the Anma. This is good for every age up through probably about 60. Even in your 60s, it can be fine for you to use. You just got to be extra careful to not use too much pressure with this device. This is a fascia breaker or fascia buster, but it's gentle. It's not going to damage your skin. I hate to even use that word fascia buster because there is a fascia buster out there and never would I ever recommend that you use it. It will damage your skin. This goes in there. So fascia is that thin layer of muscle that goes over the face, and it can become tense and can hold that tension in the skin. So wherever you have tension in your face, wherever you hold tension or you have repeated expressions that you make, those expression lines, that tension gets held in the fascia and it can become chronic tension that leads to deepening lines and it leads to stagnation in the skin. So you don't have the good circulation that's important for your skin. So the Anma goes in and it releases and relaxes all of that fascia tension. Now, the amount of pressure to use, I get this question all the time because people are confused about it. It's very simple. The amount of weight that the Anma makes on my hand, that is all the pressure that you want. So you take that weight, just the weight of the device, onto your face, and that is all the pressure that you need. Believe it or not, there's this desire to want to get in there and like do deep tissue massage with this on your face. No, that's not what it's about, and it won't work that way. Don't do that. Use your really nice light pressure. Now, if you want to do some deep tissue with this, get into your neck, the back of your neck. You can use it on your body. You can use it all back here. And in these areas, you can do that deep tissue work with your Anma, and you are totally safe to do that. But on your face, you want to use light pressure. This tool can be used every day. Sit it next to your bed at night. Put a little mist on your face or put a little oil on your skin and just do your Anma to release that muscle tension before you go to sleep at night. This is something that's going to really help keep those expression lines from becoming deeper, more permanent lines on the face. Another little tool that I love, especially this year with the wildfires, I've been having a lot of puffiness under my eyes. So puffiness is stagnation. The Anma will help with that, but I love to grab this when I have puffy eyes. The first thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to drain the lymphatic area, and I'm going to start with it on my neck. Just draining that there. Then I'm going to take this nice pointy finger here, and I'm going to gently work little circles above the eyebrow, back towards the top of the ear. And I'll do that 3 times on top of the eyebrow, and then I do it 3 times underneath the brow. And then I'm coming, let's see if I can get this. Boy, crazy. There's something on my screen. I'm going to ignore it. And I'm going to go underneath the eye and sweep outward. And then I'm going to take it and I make little circles going around my ear. Do that 3 times. I'm going to come back in here with this nice edge and do a massage here. Now, why is this tool unique? This is a ceramic tool that emits far infrared. And so that means that it increases your blood circulation. It increases the skin metabolism. It's really going to help with that stagnation and decreasing. It's really going to help in decreasing the puffiness in the face and under the eyes. So this is my favorite little go-to. I can do that on both sides every day. And even just sitting here now talking to you, I feel like this eye is a big puffy eye because this is just feeling so much drained and so much better. I want to do the same thing on the other side. So great little tool. It comes in 2 sizes. There's this one and there's also the one that we call for the body. I also use that body one for the neck and for certain areas of the face. They're both fantastic. So both of those tools are things that you can do that don't use any electricity. They're just calming, relaxing, soothing that you can do for yourself and your kind of self-love care for your face. Let me see here if I have anything else. I'm looking at my little trolley here with all of my skincare devices. I'll show you guys. I've got them all set up on here. Quite a few of them. Okay. Here's another fun device. This is just a little fun device that you can use. A lot of estheticians use this device in their treatment rooms, and we use it in our treatment rooms at Artist Skincare. This is called the Skin Perfector. It's also known as a skin scrubber or a skin spatula. There's this nice little spatula here on the end, and this is amazing because, let me see, do I have some water here? I want to show you what it does. It lifts things up and out of the pores. So it's going to gently remove. You use it in your cleansing process. Use it with water because it's going to cause a mist, and you don't want to use any kind of an acid toner or anything like that because it'll spray into your eyes. But what you want to do is spray it onto your face, and then there is a little vibration. I'm hoping you're going to be able to see this. There, I think you can catch it a bit. It's actually lifting things right up out of my skin. So the vibration goes in there, it's gonna help clear out debris from the pores. It's gonna, like I said, remove dead, dry skin cells. And what's amazing about it is that when you use this, you can kind of see where I've lifted up, it's lifted stuff onto the top of the spatula. If you're a gardener and you're out working in the dirt, or you, I have a couple clients that are diesel mechanics, and they use this all the time because this is the only thing that will get in there and actually get that diesel up out of their pores. Somebody who smokes. It's really fun as an esthetician to do this on somebody who smokes, because you will see that nicotine coming right up out of the skin, and you'll see this yellow stuff all over the top of your spatula. Super fun, great way to get in there and do a home deep cleaning on your skin. You can also flip the spatula over and you can use it to actually push your serums into your skin the same way we do with the My Skin Buddy. So this is kind of a fun, a little multifunctional tool. It's from Lemieux and it's called the Skin Perfector. I'm going to turn it off now. There we go. So I think I've hit most all the main tools that we use all the time here over at Art of Skincare. Cleansing on clean and wet skin. Yes, oh, that's just people answering questions. Okay. I'm trying to think if I have anything else I want to say. So, favorite areas to treat. What tool do I grab for specific areas? So I get a lot of asking of people about the mouth and lip area. So what I use all the time, several times a week for my lip area is the Time Master Pro. The Time Master Pro, even if you just want to do the lips each morning, you can do that for a minute or so. Generally, you only want to use the Time Master Pro every other day if you're doing the full length treatment. But if you're just using this for about a minute or so, you can do that. You can put on some nice gels. I have a particular serum, kind of gel type serums that I like to use with this, that I will put on it, and I work those into my mouth area. So I'm using serums that address glycation or damaged protein, that stiffened protein that happens around the lips that cause those deepening lines. And I will use this every day or every other day for just a few minutes. It really helps keep that lip line defined. It keeps my lips really plump and nice and pink, and it really helps to soften up those lines around the mouth area. So TMP is my go-to for that area. TMP is also very well loved by my clients that have a lot of crow's feet action going on. This is really going to plump through that area, and it's really going to help soften those lines around the crow's feet area of the face. I also have had clients who love the way this lifts their cheekbones. Not lifts the cheekbones, but lifts, creates more collagen padding on that cheekbone area. But let me give you a reality check on that. So if you don't have cheekbones, you've never had a face that had kind of higher cheekbones, plumper area up here, you never had that in your 20s, Time Master Pro's not going to give it to you now. Time Master Pro is going to increase your collagen level and give your skin that plumpness, but it's not going to build something that's not there. It's not going to change your natural face structure or your bone structure. So I just want to put that out there so that, you know, if you're wanting to go in and get these really plump cheeks, a lot of people are going in and getting injections in their cheeks nowadays to get that real plump look in their cheeks. Time Master Pro is not going to do that. If you like to go in and get injections around your lips and plumping in your lips, Time Master Pro is not going to give you that plumped look of those injections. What it is an alternative for people who don't want to do injections, don't want to do fillers around their mouth and stuff. This is an alternative for you that's going to give you a nice natural plumping, but it's not going to give you what an artificial injection would do for your skin. So I just always like to have everyone have really clear expectations for what these products will do for you. Okay. If anyone wants to pop up a question at this point, I am totally happy to answer a question. This is going to be a test to see if I can do it, because we've got live chat visible. So I should be able to see. Okay, let's see here. If you receive Botox. Okay, if you've had injections of any type, you are free to use these devices. What you want to do is wait. Just give yourself about 10 days after your injections and then start using your devices again. I would say the exception to that would probably be the LightStim, right? LightStim, you can go ahead and use that right away. It's going to increase that healing. But the other devices, you're going to want to wait to use those for a good 10 days. Now, when we're talking about gua sha, or we're talking about the Anma, these are two things that if you're getting injections in your face, or I don't have it here with me, but the microneedling, if you're getting injections, those are three things: microneedling, gua sha, the Anma. Those are things that you're going to want to be really cautious about, because you can move that filler around, and not good. So somebody who's getting fillers, I probably wouldn't have them use any of these tools. All in all, what I'm trying to just say is that stagnation is what leads to aging. Anything we can do to relieve that stagnation, we can exercise more. There are studies that show that those who are in their 80s who have regular aerobic exercise, their skin looks younger, acts younger, their whole body is younger. So all of us, exercise right, eat right, use the right kind of tools, the right kind of skincare. If we want to stay as healthy as we can, we have to take this incredible multi-pronged approach that starts with our diet, our mind, our exercise, everything. We just have to be so proactive in every area of our life. So let's see if I can pop in here again to the chat and see if there's another question up here. Derma Red or LightStim? Okay, this is a really good question, because we have some devices like the Derma Red, which is excellent, the My Skin Buddy, which is excellent, the TMP. All of these devices have one thing in common. They all have a function that provides, let's turn this one on. They all provide some kind of LED support, which is wonderful. But let me tell you, there is a difference. Now I'm going to turn it back off. There is a difference between the LED that these devices give you and the LED of a professional LED treatment device like the LightStim. Just take a look at the number of diodes you have on here and the amount of light that emits. That is a professional strength LED treatment that's gonna give you really deep healing, deep DNA healing. And that's why we say you've got to do this 5 nights a week, and you're gonna be holding on each area for 3 minutes. That is not the same as when you're using your My Skin Buddy, when you're cleansing and infusing your serums. Yes, the LED on those devices is helpful and supportive for you, but it's not going to give you that deep rejuvenating and healing effect that the LightStim is going to give you. I hope that answered your question. So let's pop on here again, see what else I can find on here. Which is the best device before bed? Joseph, hello Joseph, I love you. I love talking to you. Okay, the device that I use every night before I go to sleep, the winner is the LightStim. I use that every single night on my face, because you've got to use it at least 5 nights a week. This is that deep healing. You know, I'm one of those people that likes to take a very holistic approach to everything I do, whether I'm healing my body, whether I'm treating my skin. I'm going to look for a holistic approach. So I'm going to look at wanting to create change from the deepest level, cellular level. I'm looking to improve the health of my skin from a cellular level. There's many products that I put on my skin, different devices that I use, and they do different things, and they have some impact at a cellular level, but none of them have the impact at a cellular level that the LightStim has. Okay, let's see what other questions I have on here. Let's see if I can pop in. I'm not going to get everybody's questions because there's so many coming through here, but I'm just going to grab a couple that look like they would be important that everybody would like to learn about. Oh, sorry. Get out of here. There we go. Sometimes they pop these out of here faster than I can read them too. So if I'm not able to get to your question, I know that I have staff on the other end that will definitely. When using the LightStim, Joseph, again, do you need to shut your eyes? I have really sensitive eyes. Don't like LED in my eyes, but I generally find that if I'm holding up close, I don't have to close my eyes, but the closer you get to your eyes, yeah, you're gonna wanna close your eyes when you get into these areas. I like to close my eyes, it's bright. It does also come with little eye coverings. I don't like those, so I don't put them on. But you don't have to do what I do. Okay. Jennifer Collins left a message here. Does it plump by creating inflammation? So I think because we're talking about plumping, we've talked about the TMP. The Time Master Pro, it's not creating inflammation, but it is causing some swelling of the cells and water moving into those areas. So, look at me mulling it over in my head. So I know that with anti-aging, we are all talking about using things that don't cause any inflammation, right? I mean, back in the 80s, 90s, we were all putting peels. Doctors even were putting peels on people's skin. We're using these laser treatments that caused a lot of inflammation in the skin. And our philosophy was that if we cause that inflammation, then the body has a healing response. And then when it has that healing response, it's going to promote more collagen and it's going to create all of this healing action and plumping. But what we've learned now going into the 2000s, right, we've learned that all that aggressive peeling and that aggressive inflammation we were causing caused long-term aging. So short term, it looked like those lasers techniques that everybody was getting in the 90s, it looked like they were working so great short term, but then when you got a year and a half, 2 years out, you started seeing that it wasn't so good, that the inflammation, once the skin actually rebounds, goes through that whole year of healing itself, it is then drained. And we've learned that inflammation actually contributes to aging, and it's one of the biggest causes of aging. So now we're always working on reducing that inflammation, whether it's from pollution or wildfire smoke or the things that we put on our skin. We're trying to always reduce the amount of inflammation that's coming in. But I do want to say that we are never going to completely eliminate inflammation altogether. So yes, the TMP is going to cause a little bit of swelling as those cells have water and moisture pushed into them. Is that causing some inflammation? I don't know for sure. My experience with it is that I haven't seen any rashes, I haven't seen prolonged redness, I haven't seen bruising, I haven't seen any other signs, adverse signs of inflammation with using your Time Master Pro. And we have a lot of people that have been using them for several years now, and I haven't seen a problem with the small amount of inflammation that might be occurring when you're using that device. So that's the best answer I can give. I hope it helps. Okay, so if you use the MB Curve, do you still need to use the Time Master Pro? It depends on what your goals are. So the Time Master Pro, they actually go very well together because that Time Master Pro is going to give you that plumping that you're wanting. It's going to get that great action going around your lips. And then the Curve is going to come in here and do that skin tightening. So they're very different devices doing two very different things. One device just doesn't do everything, and sometimes you've got to choose, well, what is more important to me? Do I really want to work on this neck issues and kind of jawline? Go for the Curve. If no, I want to work on my lips and I want to work more on plumping, then go for that TMP. Need my glasses. All right. Some short ones, everybody's getting their help. Is it safe to use the Skin Perfector every day or twice a day? Okay, you guys. Joseph, I know, you love your skincare? This fella loves his skincare, loves his devices, but you can do too much. So, no, do not use the Skin Perfector twice a week. I want you to protect your skin barrier. So we have a natural biome. We have this natural bacterias and oils and things that are so important for our skin health and integrity that are going to protect us from DNA damage. So you don't want to over exfoliate and you don't want to over cleanse your skin. Essentially, what you're doing is over exfoliating. So that Skin Perfector, you can use that once, I would say 3 times max in a week. My preference would be once or twice per week. I might let you get away with 3 times per week, but you don't need to use it every day. And you don't need to be too aggressive with that. Be gentle with your skin. Joseph, you have the most beautiful skin. Love it. Just love your skin. Okay. Should you be concerned about cancer and using growth factors? Absolutely. You should be concerned about growth factors if you've had skin cancer. If you've had skin cancer, you do not want to use products that have isolated EGF in them. Those can be problematic for you, okay? If you've had skin cancer, the products that you want to go to are those whole cell stem cells, the whole enchilada. When you see something that has EGF, that's like, okay, here's the way I like to simplify it. Let's say you have rice, you have whole grain rice, and you have white rice. So when you have white rice, you're like taking a part of it out. EGF is taking that whole grain stem cell, pulling off a part of it, and putting it to work on your skin. What you want is that whole stem cell enchilada, the whole stem cell released molecule. You don't want some part of it. If you use anti-age or you use Neogenesis, you are safe. If you've had cancer, those are the 2 most wonderful stem cell products that you can use. You want to stay away from EGF DNA. You want to stay away from the growth factors and some of the other lines. Those are not for people who have had skin cancer. Okay? That's all I can say about that. Okay, working through everybody. Yeah, if you've had Botox, you're fine to use the Skin Perfector. If you've had plumpers, if you've had fillers, I wouldn't use the Skin Perfector. Okay, how is it that different or better than just massaging with fingers or knuckles gently? So I'm assuming you're talking about the Anma, and you're talking about our tool, my Mill Body tool. So this tool, Gua Sha tool, has the far infrared. So that is actually going to speed up your metabolism of the skin, increase blood flow. So it has some other properties that are going to be helpful. We also have some really helpful shapes that actually go to work on draining the lymph in the skin that you can't really get very well with your hands. When it comes to the Anma, yes, you could use your knuckles and get in there and do it. You've got to be careful that you're not using too much pressure, right? But if you watch my 3-minute cleansing massage that I recommend everybody do at least once a day, I'm using my knuckles to get in there. There's a lot of slip. So we've got all that nice slip going on, and I'm getting in there and doing that nice cleanse and using my knuckles. With the Anma, you've got a little different shape. It feels different than using it with doing your knuckles. Yes, you can definitely soften up that fascia. If you know how to do that, know how to use the right amount of pressure so that you're not going too deep, you can use your knuckles to do your fascia release. Most people find the Anma to be, just feels better, easier to use. I have clients that do this in the shower every day. It just feels really good. So I guess the same as if you were doing any kind of body massage, there's times when just the hands feel good, and there's some times when you have a little extra tool that feels really good. So a lot of times I want to say too, a lot of these devices, a lot of things that I share with you are all about tightening and firming the skin, and especially the Curve. When you tighten your skin with the Curve, your skin is really going to feel tight. A lot of people have come to associate that tight sensation as dryness. So don't get confused with that. When your skin is feeling nice and tight from those devices, get excited. It does not mean that your skin is dry. It means that it really is tighter. Super cool. So, all right. This has been a wonderful time talking with you guys, sharing with you all of my favorite tools. I hope you'll head over to Art of Skincare, check out our special event this Labor Day weekend. Take advantage of those double reward points. Next month, we're gonna put on some bigger, more fun things in the reward center that you can use those points on. So I hope you all have a great weekend, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye-bye.